What is going on, my beautiful Lego freaks? We got a good episode for you guys today. In 1977, George Lucas would create possibly the greatest villain in all of cinema, Darth Vader. With Vader and his unique presence and booming voice by James Earl Jones, would make him not only the perfect villain in films, but an even scarier foe in video games. In this episode of The Anatomy of Gaming, we will be taking a look at Darth Vader's history in video games. Now let's stop wasting time, grab your lightsaber, join the dark side, let the hate flow through you, and let's show off them polygons. Now, Darth Vader has been in many video games in his time, but none has been so bigger, or small in this occasion, than LEGO Darth Vader. Now, this is the first edition Darth Vader around 2005 or 2006 on the consoles of GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and the Wii. The stats for Darth Vader here are 6,482 vertices and 6,972 triangles, which is pretty standard for that time. Now, Darth Vader would be in many other LEGO video games and projects, but I'm gonna save those for a separate video at a different time. But man, I get so much nostalgia looking at these models here. So amazing, so many memories. In 2008 and 2010 would be the release of Star Wars The Force Unleashed and the sequel to the game, The Force Unleashed 2. And also Darth Vader would make his first appearance in HD gaming. This would come on consoles of mainly the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, also PC. And if you have a Nintendo Switch, you can also buy it now. Looking at the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 model here, and look at all those evil polygons. The stats for HD Vader here are 14,876 vertices and 22,057 triangles. Now, in case you're wondering, yes, I will be covering Starkiller and the Force Unleashed in more detail in a future video. But for now, let's all focus on Darth Vader's glory. The Force Unleashed would also have a release on other consoles during this time, and of those being on the PlayStation 2. As you can see, there is a massive downgrade. But then again, Darth Vader could only be 200 polygons and he would still be terrifying. The stats here for PlayStation 2 Darth Vader are 1,907 vertices and 3,186 triangles. Now, this is pretty standard in the gaming world to have downgrades of models on the old generation, while the newest has that new fresh coat of paint on it. Now, here is both the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 model of Darth Vader side by side for you to get a good look at both of them. And just look and notice the differences there. Around the time of the first Force Unleashed game in 2008, Soul Calibur would also come out at the same time. So, guess who would make a great cameo appearance in that game and be a playable fighter? Obviously Darth Vader, also Master Yoda. Now, this would not be Darth Vader's first time in a fighting game, but we'll cover that monstrosity later on in this video. So you would think, same character, same year, same model. Well, guess what? That's not the case. The Soul Calibur stats for Darth Vader here are 25,038 vertices, 39,672 triangles, which is a great improvement from the Darth Vader in the Force Unleashed. Now, what could be the reason for the different stats of the same character on the same system at the same time in 2008? Obviously, it could be the engine, the amount of playable fighters and characters on screen at the same time in either game. So there's many different factors that could be the reason for the difference in polygon count. But at the same time, both models look fantastic, and the artists that worked on them did a fantastic job, so credit and shout out to all of them. But just for the fun of it, I went on ahead and I put both models side by side just to see if you guys can maybe spot a difference that I didn't catch while making this video. In 2015 would be the release of Star Wars Battlefront, a remake of the 2004 game under the same title. This game will release on the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and also Windows. Now, like I always say, the newer the system, the bigger the polygons. Well, kind of. Because you see, Darth Vader's model here for the Xbox and PlayStation copy of the game is sitting at 22,727 vertices, while also the triangles are at 33,112. So only a few verts and triangles down from the highest Vader model on the Xbox 360. Fast forward now to 2017 with Star Wars Battlefront 2. Darth Vader stats are, and I'm not joking around when I say this, have went down. The stats for the 2017 model of Darth Vader in the video game Battlefront 2 are 16,837 vertices and 32,820 triangles. This just shows how fantastic normal maps and overall texturing has improved throughout the years in video games, because these Darth Vader models look fantastic in engine. Now I'm just guessing here the reason behind the lower stats is due to the engine used and possibly wanting to fit more players on the battlefield. Alright, now before we go into the final 2 games featuring Darth Vader, let's just take a look at all the past games that he was featured in that I could not include fully into this video.
Knockout. You win.
The force was not strong with this one.
We've captured a command post. We've lost the command post. Fight for it. Coming around.
The Force is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Follow me and I will instruct you in its ways.
In 2019, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order would release to much deserved praise, and goodness, that game deserves it, man, honestly. Everything was so freaking awesome in that game, especially this model here of Darth Vader. The stats on this are 31,890 and 60,822 triangles. Now, let me just talk about his entrance for a second in this game. This is legit like an interactive scene from his appearance in Rogue One in the hallway, just 10 times more scary. See, I don't think you guys truly understand how terrifying this was. This dude didn't even have a health bar. Do you know how overpowered you have to be to not have a health bar as a boss in a video game? You don't beat Vader, you survive him. Also, to get back on subject and to point out, this is the highest poly model so far in this episode. Or is it? So I could do a whole 1 hour video on Fortnite alone, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Today, on the last model we are covering in this edition of the Anatomy of Gaming episode, focusing on Darth Vader, we're going to be looking at his in-game model in Fortnite. Now, Vader will be included in Fortnite along with Obi-Wan for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney+. Mainly the reason why I'm making this video right now. Now the stats here for Vader in Fortnite are 53,049 vertices and over 100,000 triangles. This is now officially the biggest model so far in this episode. Hashtag Big Boy Polygons. And really, there is not much you can say on this, as Darth Vader is just a skin in this game, similar to how he was in Soul Calibur. But then again, where else will you find a game where you can play as Darth Vader going against a giant banana man and Batman? Craziness. So, as always, thank you guys so very much for watching this to the end here. Comment below on who else I should cover, not only just from Star Wars, but just in general. Crash Bandicoot, Mario, Sonic, Princess Leia, anybody. Also, did you guys catch the cheeseburger Easter egg in the studio? If you did, comment down below the timestamp on where you found it. Did you guys even solve all the questions correctly, or did you miss one? Comment down below also. Make sure to like and subscribe, and remember, as always, keep it moist.